Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to go for a bit of a frog-eyed diver. So 60mm long, 28mm deep. Alright, let's pick some wood out. Pine, Moranti. I don't really want to go Moranti. I'm not sure what that is. It's probably a bit small. Acacia, no. They wrecked my test dam. That sucks. Oh well. Polonia. Let's use a bit of that. Don't know if that's the correct spelling or the correct pronunciation. Polonia. Don't know. Weighs stuff all. Alright, so I took a sample off that piece of wood. That's why the half was missing off this one. So I've taken a sample of this. Worked out its gravity or density, whatever you want to call it. 0.34. Very, very light, very buoyant. I've never used it before, so see what it goes like. It appears to be fairly easy to sand and carve, so I read on the forums that a lot of people do use it. I'll give her a shot. I've had it sitting on the shelf there for probably 6 months, maybe 8 months. Alright, let's get into it. So on this one, I bought a whole heap of pre-made bibs. Don't know what size I'm going to use yet. If I could get them out of the bloody tub. Got the big one, medium sized one, or the little baby ones. So once I get the profile cut out, we'll have a look at it. See what we think it might need. I'm going to try and keep it pretty fat. I'm even thinking, because it's a frog-eyed lure, I might paint it a frog pattern. I've dummied up a second one as well, but this piece of wood was a bit too small, so it's going to be shallow belly. I'm going to do them both. Why not? Alright, so I've drawn a centre line all the way around. This block of wood's way bigger than what I actually want it, but I don't know which lip I'm going to go with. That's the biggest one I've got. Might go with that size. Alrighty, so that's what I've come up with. Something similar to that when he's all said and done. Bib's roughly the same width as his body. Might end up being the same as his body once I start rounding it over, curving it. I'm going to hollow out between his eyes, so his eyes are more frog looking. Yeah, we'll cut his top profile and we'll sand him and we'll be back at the bench. going to try and put a massive eye in there. Alrighty, so I've just drawn some shapes around where I want those eyes to go. A little sanding thing on the rotary tool. Gonna keep it nice and slow and try and go steady so I don't go too far too quick. These discs are pretty aggressive. That's all I've done. Carved out between his eyes. Sort of hard to see there, but you can see there. I'm going to start working on his side features. So I'm going to do a small little bit of carving there, just to make his eyes stand out a bit better. Also going to do a little bit there as well. Sort of like that. Never carved a frog before, so if I come across anything as I'm going, I might alter it a little bit, but for now, that's what we're going to run with. Let's see what this stuff carves like. Wife bought me a carving knife for a gift. It's sharp as, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully I don't do the old knifey finger trick. Yeah, that's all the chamfer lines carved in. Next step will be hand sanding. Don't know whether he's going to look good or look funny. I'm going to have to try and fill in the side of his lips here. It should be alright. It'll be like a hidden lip slot type lure. So I'm just gluing in some, I don't know what you'd call them. So that lure bib's 14mm across, so I've set these 15mm, 7.5mm from the center line. So I'm just cutting off the excess and we'll see how the bib fits. Looks pretty good. Now the little one, because that block of wood was smaller. This one I haven't been filming this one. Block of wood was a little bit smaller, so when it's in, only a tiny little gap. Smaller by width, I mean. So this both practically the same lure. This one's just a bit wider, a bit skinnier. Let's get on to hand sanding. I feel like I'm going to go straight for the 180 grit on this one. This wood feels pretty soft. It felt pretty soft carving it anyway, so I reckon just a bit of 180 and see how we go. Here we are, sanded 240. Next step will be gluing the bib in. I'm purposely angling this one backwards, just in case I do need to put a big bit of lead in there. So for now, I'm just going to dummy fit them, put them in no glue. After I seal the lure, I'll pull them back out and glue them in. Obviously the toe point's going to be up here on the bib in the slot. I'll actually put the small one. I'm going to put a small one in the little lure, the smaller lure. And I'll put a big one in this one, or the medium sized one. I'm going to do that, because that is a lot less buoyancy. So just going to stick the bibs in with 5-minute 2-part epoxy. And hit this one with a water-based polyurethane hopefully I've got enough in there that I can just dip him. Out of curiosity, I'm going to layer this up pretty thick. Actually, I might dip him a second time, put him on the turner. In theory, that'll work, right? Let some of the excess drip off and then we'll chuck him on. Alright, I've got him off the turner. Polyurethane looks pretty good. Throwing him in the water with the hardware on it. Gonna add some belly weight to it. So I've got a 12mm Forstner. Pretty deep hole, putting 7 grams of lead. Alrighty guys, here we are. The polyurethane. Drilled a big lead hole, weight hole, 7 grams of lead in there. Just covered that over with UV resin, sat it out in the sun for a while to set up. So now I'm just going to give it a quick sand, glue in these toe points, and we're ready to paint. Toe points, hook hangers. That polyurethane on the lure turner overnight worked pretty well. Nice thick coat on here. Don't know whether I'll film both or not. So this one's going to be like a blue poison dart frog. This one here is going to be like a, I'll call him a lime green toad looking thing. But first things first, they're both getting base coated white. Alright, that's the base coats down. Big guy here is going to be the green one, little one's going to be the blue one. So I've got that vinyl cutter going. I tried to cut out a couple of stencils I found online. Apparently my blade's blunt, I only cut about half the circles out. I'm going to run with them anyway, see what happens. Alright, so I forgot to hit record. I just taped off a little mouth running directly underneath the bill, the bib, whatever you want to call it. So a lot of other colours are going to go over that and tone it down a bit. Light livery green, whatever it's called. So I'm going to pretty much do a stripe nose to tail across the top of his eye. Spotty. Alright, I'm going to put a darker green in the brush now. Scorpina. Spiderweb mesh. Nothing fancy, just fold it over 4 times. Get some texture on him. Darker green. And I'm going to go back over the whole thing after I put the pattern on him with a candy green. Black in the brush. So I've just taped off a random shape in this stencil that I like. Roughly mark at the center. I'm using 12mm glass eyes. Alright, so here we are. I'm literally going to go pretty much over everything actually with candy green. Candy green's got a tiny amount of gold sparkle in it. I don't know whether it'll pick it up or not. And hit his eyes with a pretty bright green to finish them off. So I've gone black. I missed filming that. I put a gold iris around it. Next on the chopping block, I just got a text message from the missus. She said you should go yellow, orange, red. I was going to do this guy as a blue poison dart, but changed my mind now. I reckon that's a good idea. So far the red was scarlet red, orange fire, moon yellow, if it'll focus, moon yellow. Might do a little bit of texturing on his back before I put the actual final pattern on. Similar style, going to use this. Go over it with a Warlord purple. I'll give him a little bit underneath so he's not so naked. Alright, so that's my base. Alright, I'll throw some black in the brush and we'll put the pattern on. Alright, any of the big gaps I'm going to go through and spot them. Most of the big gaps anyway. I'm going to go a little rogue with this one because I'm not 100% happy with how it looks. Get this old brassy brass out and I'm going to put little spots all down his back on the big dots. Because why not? Alrighty, time to glue these eyes in. We'll go this guy first, I reckon. So I don't have a 12mm hole punch, I've only got 10mm. So they're going to sit in there a little bit short, but that doesn't matter. Both the eyes are pretty opaque anyway, you probably won't even be able to see it, but just in case you can, a bit of holographics. Got the clear coat mixed up, got a tiny bit of that interference green in there. Let's clear coat some frogs. Alrighty guys, here we go. Little green frog straight off the turner. Come out pretty nice, pretty happy with it. Like those eyes. Alright, let's get him cleaned up and get some hooks on him. Fill my water tub up and we'll throw them in, see how they sit. It's a little front heavy, that guy. He sits good. It's exactly how I wanted him to sit. Alright, here we are, out of the dam. The weather's not the best. Weather's been terrible lately. It's either windy or it's raining. So at the moment it's only a light drizzle, so I'm going to brave the odds and go and swim test these lures. Might get a little bit wet, but I might just take the bare essentials down with me. Take 2 rods, a net and maybe some pliers just in case. Frog lure, dirty water, dirty frog. I haven't tested to see if these actually swim, only to see if they float. You guys see that or what? It's a nice little wiggle on him. So the plan was with these 2 lures to make something I can troll behind the kayak. Once this weather clears up a bit, I'm going to get the kayak out on here and go and troll around some edges somewhere. Hopefully pick up a bass. There is bass in here, they're just hard to catch. Let's see what this guy does in the water. This one's got a bigger bib, it's a little bit heavier of a profile. He looks good in the water, eh? See how he casts. Exactly the same, tail first, like a bullet. Alright guys, here we are, out on the dam. Troll around for a while, I might poke over the other side depending on what's happening. We got 4 meters. Curious to see when these guys hit the bottom. Haven't got them out overly far. Cruising along at 2.9 Ks. They look like they're sitting pretty deep. 5 meters of water, not hitting the bottom yet. Oh, red one just hit the bottom. 3.5 meters. good. Alrighty guys, there's some action on the red frog. Just currently towing him out in the middle. It's probably far enough for us. So I might keep that going just slowly, just so I can keep steering. I don't know what it is. That's for a decent run. Hoping it's not a fucking calf or a tilly. So grab this net. Whoa. That's interesting because it drags up pretty tight. By pretty tight, I mean like 2 kilos worth of drag. What is it? Is that a fucking big bass or what? Oh no, my sound is about to die. Shit. I made the rookie error of kayak fishing. You find you brought him too far. Guys, that is a fucking stonking bass. Holy shit. Need to find somewhere with some dirt so I can go get a photo of this guy. It's not only the biggest one I've caught, that is the biggest one I've seen. Holy shit. What a horse. That was on that red frog. I'm super impressed with this fucking bass. That's good. She definitely didn't sound like a tilly when it first took off. It's fucking pulling string. I think I might get the hook out of him first because I don't like hooks in my hands. Got it. Guys, check out that fucking horse. What a beast of a bass. I don't want to keep him out of the water too long. Already gave him a bit of trauma getting that hook out, so let the big guy go. I want to measure him on something so I can measure it when I get home. Let's go on the net. So, from the end of the net to the rivet in the handle. Alright guy, come on. You're free. Ready? Come on, buddy. Off you go. See you, mate. Thanks for coming. You're beauty. Alright, let's get back out to it. Reverso, Motoro. Don't hit the bank. Beautiful. So when I get home, I've got to measure that net. The fork of his tail was on the tip of the net. His lips were where the rivet is on the handle. Like there to there. It's not a small net. I'd say he's what, 45? I think my biggest bass has ever been like 30 out of a private dam. Fucking hell. Stoked with that. Absolutely stoked. I could go home right now, a happy man. But still a couple of hours of daylight left. What have I got on battery? Now halfway through my battery, so. Alrighty guys, it's going to wrap her up. It's a pretty good day out on the water. Got that big bass. Got the landing net sitting here beside me, ready to measure. I haven't measured it yet, so I still don't know how big it was. It was a chonk though. Big healthy fish. So, had the fork of the tail sitting on the edge of the net here. The lips went up to that rivet in the handle. So, I'm not lying. That's the rivet to the fork, 45. Plus it was slumped in there a little bit and might be a little bit longer, but that's a weapon. Considering the biggest one I've caught, 30 probably, maybe 30. Never measured them back then, they were just little ones, so you know, he's a weapon. Extremely happy about that. So the lures after having a run. Bibs are a little bit banged up from bouncing along the bottom if it's going to focus on it. Not too bad though. I had them snagged a few times, just let them loose, they floated off, so. And that guy's the one that done the damage. I was literally about to paint that guy blue. My wife sent me a text message saying it should go yellow, red. Yellow to orange to red, sorry. So I done the basis of that and then put the black over the top. And then it was a bit too dark, so I put those gold splotches on him. Tell you what, I'm pretty happy to finally get a fish on camera. Found that nice little bank with the drop off. There seemed to be plenty of life around on it, so you can actually walk to that spot too. So next time I'm out testing the lure, I'm definitely going there. Alright, that's going to wrap this one up. Alright, thanks for watching guys. Catches.